Welcome to Drunk Bible Study. This show's mission is to read every single word of the greatest story ever told. A warning to our listeners, the hosts of this show are sinners, but they're doing their best. There will be drinking and there may be some swears. They did say they'd try to keep it clean, but I wouldn't put my money on it.
I'm Emily, and this is Drunk Bible Study, where my good friends who are sitting here next to me, Dedeker and Jace, teach me, a born and raised atheist, all about the Bible. Wow, here we are together again. Whenever three or more gather together in the name of Drunk Bible Study. I forget how the rest of that verse goes. Are we now like a church or something?
No, we're a church. We're officially a church once you have three people gathered together.
So, okay, we started a new book last week, Nehemiah. Gosh, all that I remember about Nehemiah is that apparently he actually wrote it, which I'm still,
a first,
maybe calling bullshit on, but perhaps that is true. Maybe he did actually write it, and that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, and that he's like building some stuff again?
Yes, he got permission to build
the walls.
Right.
Remember, we had all the different families talking about which portion and which
because we had the perfume
built.
wall, the stink wall, or the stink gate, the fish gate, the sheep gate, all the gates.
All those classic gates.
Yes, gates for days, exactly.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And we knew that Nehemiah was a cupbearer.
Yes.
And he did his whole working for the king and doing his whole and the king being like, what the hell is wrong? Just say it. What do you want from me? Got permission from the king and supplies and money and all those things.
Permission and supplies and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
He really pulled that off well.
Yeah. And now, weren't you had to say a bunch of names, I think?
That was all the people building the walls.
Correct.
That was this family built this portion of the wall and yeah.
Yeah, and I was really happy it wasn't me.
Yeah.
So.
I'm really hoping we're done with that for now.
Well, we should talk about our breakfast drinks.
Oh, yes, indeed. Because it's 9 a.m. here in Hong Kong. We're doing this before I have to run off and be a Disney person. So, yes, what are we drinking?
Well, y'all picked out for me a matcha wheat ale.
Yes. Which I think I drank a couple weeks ago on the show.
It's pretty good. I'm hoping that it's heavier on the matcha than on the ale, but it's feeling like that's not the case.
Yeah, I think it's heavier on the ale, but it's still a light beer.
Yeah, it's a light beer.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
All of these are pretty light.
And then I'm having this Sealdan IPA.
Sealed? I thought it was Sealdan.
Well, it's S-I space L space Dan.
Sealdan.
Oh, you're right.
Dan.
That's weird.
Great.
So,
I don't know, whatever that is. But is that both of these are Hong Kong beers?
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah, it's
looks
a local.
like it.
This is from Hong Kong Brewcraft, and that one's from Pencil Shavings. What's it called?
Arrows?
No, it's from Hong Kong Whistle.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah.
I don't know why I got Pencil Shavings.
Oh, yeah. This is Carbon Brews, product of Hong Kong. And it's called Stayin' Alive Session IPA.
Yeah.
That's fun.
It's good. Yeah, I like it a lot.
Disco IPA.
Stayin' Alive, yeah.
Ready to just start this day out right.
Always, I'm like, I can't believe I'm doing this.
Rockin' On in the chat is also reminding me that Nehemiah wrote in on some kind of unspecified animal.
Oh, yeah.
The headcanon was that it was a giant Furby.
Right.
I really hope it was. I don't know how one would ride a Furby, post up behind its
I think
ears.
If it's giant, you sit on its head and grab its ears.
Okay.
Or maybe it's a
That
little
makes
tuft of fur on top.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I think that's what I would do if I had to ride a Furby.
Yeah. I don't know how often that might happen in one's life, but just in case it ever did. Alrighty. Well, should we get the show on the road?
We should.
Got a lot to read today, so let's do it.
A lot more to find out.
Yep.
All right. As we're getting started here, we're going to be reading Nehemiah chapters 4 through 7, and then Proverbs 1, verses 20 through 33 to finish out chapter 1. As we get started, we want to remind everyone to read responsibly and drink responsibly.
You can drink along with us, or you can join us while you're in the car.
But please do not do both at the same time.
And with that, Nehemiah chapter 4. It happened that when, all right, Sanballat, sand ballet.
Yes.
Right.
When Sanballat heard that we were building the wall, he was angry and took great indignation and mocked the Jews. He spoke before his brothers and the army of Samaria and said, "What are these feeble Jews doing? Will they fortify themselves?"
They are not feeble, clearly.
If there's one thing that can be said about the Jews, definitely not feeble. Not a
No.
feeble people by any means.
No.
Will they sacrifice? Will they make an end in a day? Will they revive the stones out of the heaps of rubbish, seeing they are burned? I don't even know what all those questions were.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, now Tobiah, the Ammonite, was by him, and he said,
Wait, it's almost kind of weird because he's saying feeble because all their cities got burned down 70 years ago. And he's like, are we going to let them build again?
Yeah, and
on
he's
this
like, yeah.
rubble?
He's like, this isn't, I don't know, this isn't their fault. Like the people, I mean,
Right.
yeah, the people who are living now, clearly,
I don't know, I could see
they
some
are the
victim
ones
blaming.
rebuilding.
I could see some victim blaming of
I
like, well, you
suppose.
let your cities get burned
No, that's
down. Clearly,
ridiculous.
the problem lies with you.
I just feel like he's like, finally, like they fell. And so we have some semblance of power here. And you're just going to let them rebuild back to how they were in their city before we took it over?
Well, Tobiah can calm down.
Now, Tobiah the Ammonite was by him, and he said, "Even that which they are building, if a fox go up, he shall break down their stone wall."
Wow, okay.
Oh, I see. So he's saying they're doing a bad job building
I
it.
think so. He's
Okay.
like, "Don't worry. Even a fox could just say like, poo with his little paw
Oh.
and knock it down.
Phew.
Hear our God, for we are despised, and turn back their reproach on their own head, and give them up for a spoil in a land of captivity. And don't cover their iniquity, and don't let their sin be blotted out from before you, for they have provoked you to anger before the builders." So we built the wall, and all the wall was joined together to half the height of it, for the people had a mind to work.
Huh.
What does that mean?
Uh,
Joined together to half the height of it.
maybe we got halfway through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
They're
Okay.
halfway
We're
done.
halfway done.
And then something happened.
But it happened
Oh, no.
that when Sanballat, Tobiah, the Arabians, the Ammonites, and the Ashdodites heard that the repairing of the walls of Jerusalem went forward and that the breaches began to be stopped, then they were very angry. And they conspired all of them together to come and fight against Jerusalem and to cause confusion therein. Oh boy.
Eugene says to create as much trouble as they could. So yeah,
Yes.
throwing eggs at parts of it.
Oh,
TPing
whoa.
the
Yeah,
wall.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we made our prayer to God and set a watch against them day and night because of them.
Yep. Sure.
Judah said, "The strength of the bearers of burdens is decayed, and there is much rubbish, so that we are not able to build the wall."
Are you laughing at Eugene?
Yeah, I'm laughing at Eugene. Eugene says, but soon the word was going around in Judah. The builders are pooped.
They're super pooped.
What a word. Our adversaries said, "They shall not know, neither see until we come into the midst of them and kill them and cause the work to cease." Gosh, they really...
That's one way to stop someone from building a wall. Is
Just to kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
okay.
murder them.
Thanks.
It happened that when the Jews who lived by them came, they said to us 10 times from all places, "You must return to us." Okay, they're like, y'all, they're coming after you. It's not going to be good.
Yeah.
Therefore set I in the lowest parts of the space behind the wall, in the open places, I set there the people after their families with their swords, their spears, and their bows. Oh, we're going to get ready for a siege.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
I looked and rose up and said to the nobles and to the rulers and to the rest of the people, "Don't be you afraid of them. Remember the Lord, who is great and awesome, and fight for your brothers, your sons, and your daughters, your wives, and your houses."
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah. That was
This
one
is
of
like a
those.
Lord
This
of
is
the
very
Rings.
yeah, very Viggo Mortensen.
Exactly.
Right at the end of
Ugh.
Return of the King. Maybe he's the one who plays Nehemiah.
Yes.
Ooh.
Love that. I mean,
Okay.
he's really old now, but
That
have you
doesn't
seen
matter.
That's
It's
fine.
okay.
It's fine.
But
Yeah.
Nehemiah isn't young necessarily.
You're probably right. Yeah.
I think it could be
But
Viggo
I can
Mortensen.
see him. He's got the whole, I was a lowly cupbearer, and now
Yeah.
I'm
right.
I was just
Building
Strider,
walls.
and now I am Aragorn,
exactly.
king of the
Now I am
world.
Okay.
Nehemiah.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
It happened when our enemies heard that it was known to us And God had brought their counsel to nothing, that we returned all of us to the wall, everyone to his work. Okay, so as in our enemies heard that the plan was found out, they've got weapons.
We were ready for them.
We're ready for you. They're like, oh, never mind. It happened from that time forth that half of my servants worked in the work, and half of them held the spears, the shields, and the bows, and the coats of mail, and the rulers were behind all the house of Judah. They all built the wall, and those who bore burdens loaded themselves, everyone with one of his hands, worked in the work. Everyone with at least one hand.
Sure.
If you have one hand, you're going to work. That's
Yep.
good. Oh no. You need two hands.
Okay.
So they one hand to work.
And the other held his weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. We're
There
doing
you
double
go.
duty. Okay.
Yeah, wow. That seems tough.
That's rough. Yeah. And
Yeah.
the builders, everyone had his sword girded by his side,
Mhm.
and so built. He who sounded the trumpet was by me. It was really annoying. I said to the nobles and to the rulers and to the rest of the people, the work is great and large, and we are separated on the wall, one far from another. In whatever place you hear the sound of the trumpet, resort you there to us. Our God will fight for us. Okay. Yeah. So we
Good
got the
plan.
Horde of Gondor ready to go. So we worked in the work,
Yes.
and half of them held the spears from the rising of the morning until the stars appeared. Likewise, at the same time said I to the people, let everyone with his servant lodge within Jerusalem, that in the night they may be a guard to us and may labor in the day. So neither I, nor my brothers, nor my servants, nor the men of the guard who followed me, none of us put off our clothes. Everyone went with his weapon to the water. So I guess the idea, we're always ready. We're always
Okay.
armed to the teeth at any moment. This could kick off. I don't care if you want to get into bed and into your PJs. I don't care if you need
better
to go
sleep
get a
with
drink.
your sword
Yes.
under your pillow.
No nudity allowed.
Okay, got it.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Gotta
well,
be ready.
Okay, I know last week I was like, oh, this book is kind of written in the same manner in which all of the other books are, and it doesn't seem like it has a very particular voice. But I think it's fun so far. It's
Mhm.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He seems very sure of himself in a way that a lot of the prophets don't. If that makes sense.
I guess a lot of the prophets
Huh.
spend their time kind of whining about how no one understands
they're
them.
whining and they're also talking about like, oh, I'm not good enough for God and blah blah blah. This
Right.
guy's
So
like,
Nehemiah, he's a
I'm
man of
gonna
action.
F
Yeah.
some stuff up.
Yeah.
Yes, it's great.
We're gonna build a freaking wall,
Yes.
no matter what.
Build
Nobody
that
will
wall.
stop
Yes,
us.
gosh. Okay, here we go. Chapter 5. Then there arose a great cry of the people and of their wives against their brothers, the Jews.
Sorry, 1 second. I just
Oh.
noticed that in the message, there's a title for
Oh,
this
what does it
chapter.
say?
It's called The Great Protest.
Oh, uh-oh.
But
Here we go.
in the NIV, there's a different chapter title that says Nehemiah helps the poor.
Very different vibes.
Different
Okay.
vibes. So let's see which one of those is more accurate
Yeah.
for this.
Well, so far it sounds like a protest.
It does.
For there were that said, we, our sons and our daughters, are many. Let us get grain that we may eat and live. Some also there were that said, we are mortgaging our fields and our vineyards and our houses. Let us get grain because of the dearth.
Like, were mortgages a thing? Did that word have a different
Does
meaning?
that say, yeah,
before?
mortgaging our
What
fields?
does Eugene say?
He says mortgage.
Oh,
Everyone
okay.
says mortgage. NIV
All right.
says mortgage.
Then I guess they were mortgaging.
King James says mortgage.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess this is a tradition that goes back further than I
I
realized.
know.
Yeah, I
I
had
didn't
no
realize like
idea.
mortgages were such a big thing for so long. There were also that said, we have borrowed money for the king's tribute on our fields and on our vineyards. Yet now our flesh is as the flesh of our brothers, our children as their children. And behold, we bring into bondage our sons and our daughters to be servants, and some of our daughters are brought into bondage already. Neither is it in our power to help it, for other men have our fields and our vineyards.
Ooh, I see. Okay. So I see the setup for a little bit of like, we got to take back what's ours
Mhm.
plot.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm
Interesting.
sure, yeah, probably all their lands and their resources
Yeah.
and fields and stuff like that were probably taken over by other people
Sure, yeah.
once they were taken into captivity.
And some of these women are brought into bondage already.
Now, this
which
is going to be
could mean a
awkward
lot
when-
of
if these
different
people
things.
have owned it for 70 years.
Well, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I was very angry when I heard their cry and these words. Then I consulted with myself and contended with the nobles and the rulers and said to them, you exact usury.
Usury.
Usury? What is usury?
Well, usury is usually something that the Jews are accused of, which is lending with interest.
Oh.
So, I mean, in this case, Eugene says, after thinking it over, I called the nobles and officials on the carpet. So first of all, I guess he had a carpet.
He rolled out the red carpet.
There was a carpet somewhere.
And he said, each of you is gouging his brother. So
Okay.
kind of that you're all trying to take
Price
advantage
gouging.
of each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You exact usury every one of his brother. I held a great assembly against them. I said to them, we, after our ability, have redeemed our brothers, the Jews, that were sold to the nations. And would you even sell your brothers? And should they be sold to us?
I see. Okay. So yeah, I do think he's gathering the money landowning Jews to be like, hey, you got to lay off. We're all in this together.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like, we just bought back all of our relatives we sold into bondage, and now you're kind of rebondaging them again.
You're remortgaging them.
Remortgaging them.
So like, stop it.
Yeah,
Stop.
Got it.
Stop that.
Then held they their peace and found never a word. Also, I said, the thing that you do is not good. Ought you not...
That's really good.
I'm going to say that to the bank next time.
Yeah. Ought you not to walk in the fear of our God because of the reproach of the nations of our enemies? The nations are enemies. I likewise, my brothers and my servants, do lend them money and grain. Please let us leave off this usury. Usury. Please restore to them, even this day, their fields, their vineyards, their olive groves, and their houses. Also the 100th part of the money and of the grain, the new wine, and the oil that you exact of them. Then they said, we will restore them and will require nothing of them. So will we do, and even as you say.
That was easy.
Yeah, that was. They're like, sure, no problem.
Again, this book and Ezra, it's like, hey,
do that thing.
King, I think I should rebuild this temple.
They're like,
yeah, okay, cool.
Go
Some
nuts.
other people are like, no, don't. And then he's like, hey, King, can we build a temple and also give us stuff to do it? And King's like, yeah, all right.
Yeah,
And then
I don't
same
know.
thing with Nehemiah, right? He's like, you're my cupbearer.
You know what? They've evolved, okay? These kings have
Maybe,
evolved.
or we got a better editor.
Maybe,
with this book
yeah,
where
he's
they're like, yeah, actually, it took years to get this policy
we're just
through and
gonna
all these
cut that
debates.
out.
We're just gonna be like, okay, yeah, finally in the end, they were like, okay, yeah, you're right. We'll do it.
Yeah, they had a nice editor to kind of punch it up.
Yeah.
You're like, we don't need to spend so much time in this.
I don't really care about that.
Okay.
We're just going to keep going, yeah. Then I called the priests and took an oath of them that they would do according to this promise. Also, I shook out my lap.
Huh?
Okay.
Like dusted off the crumbs that I had?
Maybe. It's just a really funny thing to say.
Okay, hold on. Lap, I feel like could be a euphemism for,
like
stuff that's in your lap.
what?
What?
Like your crotch. You know
I
this
thought
book
that you
loves
were. I thought that you were
euphemisms for
saying
this.
like he was shaking out his junk.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what? Why?
What does Eugene say? I don't know. It's the freaking Bible.
Wait, okay, what was the verse number of that?
13.
Yeah.
13.
I shook out my lap.
Right. So I called the priests together and made them promise to keep their word. Then I emptied my pockets, turning them inside
Okay.
out.
Eugene went, in the direction of we're reading a children's story and we have to do this really nicely.
Well, I think it's a little bit of a metaphor. So I think if you continue on, there might be
okay.
the rest of this. So I emptied my pockets,
Ooh, another object lesson.
turning them inside out, and said,
Okay, I shook out my lap and said, so God shake out every man from his house and from his labor that doesn't perform this promise. Even thus be he shaken out and emptied.
yeah.
I see.
it's
So
like,
God's going to treat you like pocket lint that he
Right.
doesn't want unless you do
Got
this.
it. Okay.
yeah.
All the assembly said amen and praised Yahweh. The people, what a wonderful object lesson. The people did according to this promise. Moreover, from the time that I was appointed to be their governor in the land of Judah, from the 20th year even to the 32nd year of
Artaxerxes.
Artaxerxes the king, that is 12 years, I and my brothers have not eaten the bread of the governor. What? Okay.
Wait, yeah, what? Okay, from the time Artaxerxes appointed me as their governor in the land of Judah,
12
from
years.
the 20th to the 32nd year,
Which is 12 years.
12 years.
I and my brothers have not eaten the bread of the governor.
So it's like we've stopped taking welfare. Is that what he's trying to say? Like,
Or like, yeah.
I could see that.
If that was part of his payment for being cupbearer, he's like, nah. Something like that.
yeah, I think if you go on, he might talk a little more about the governors.
But the former governors who were before me were chargeable to the people and took of them bread and wine. I don't know what
Doesn't
that
clarify very
Chargeable?
much. Yeah.
and took of them bread and wine, besides 40 shekels of silver. Yes, even their servants bore rule over the people, but I didn't do so because of the fear
I
of
see.
God.
Yeah. So other governors were more predatory.
Got
I
it.
didn't do that.
The governors,
Governors.
not food from the governors. He's saying, I'm not taxing people exorbitantly so that I can eat. Because I'm the governor.
See, this is, again, he's talking about all of the great things that he does,
Yeah.
which to me, I don't know, just not everyone who has written these books or
And
that
not all
these
the prophets are like that.
No, not all the
Right,
prophets are like
right.
that. And maybe it's because this dude actually wrote this book that he's like, I'm going to.
Maybe because he actually got stuff done, though.
Well, maybe. Yeah.
Right.
It sounds like he is getting a lot done.
A lot of prophets were like, I yelled at some people and used my
Nothing
underwear as an
happened.
object
Nothing
lesson, and nothing happened.
That's true. So what can they really say about themselves? Yes, also I continued in the work of this wall. Neither brought we any land, and all my servants were gathered there to work. Moreover, they were at my table, of the Jews and the rulers, 150 men, besides those who came to us from among the nations that were round about us. Now that which was prepared for one day was 1 ox and 6 choice sheep. Also fowls were prepared for me, and once in 10 days store of all sorts of wine. Yet for all this I didn't demand the bread of the governor, because the bondage was heavy on this people. Remember to me, my God, for good, all that I have done for this people.
Wow.
Whoa.
Nice.
Dang. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like,
I think-
and God, don't forget about me because look at how awesome I am.
I think Sam in the chat has a good point. It's like a performance review.
Oh,
Where-
that's good.
to God.
That's very impressive.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Continuing on with Nehemiah chapter 6. Let me check if this one has a chapter heading. Wow. Eugene's chapter title for 6 is I'm doing great work. I can't come down.
Oh my gosh. It's like, can't stop me now.
Wow.
Oh, I'm building such a big wall.
I'm
We're-
having a time. Yeah.
Okay.
Stop me now.
Wow. That's,
All right.
that's something, all right. Okay.
Nehemiah chapter 6. Now it happened when it was reported to Sanballat and Tobiah and to Geshem the Arabian and to the rest of our enemies that I had built the wall and that there was no breach left therein. Though, this parentheses, though even to that time I had not set up the doors and the gates.
She's like, to be fair.
It's not a full wall and a full gated thing yet, but
Yeah.
we're getting there, okay? We're getting there, people.
So when that happened, that Sanballat and Geshem sent to me saying, come, let us meet together in one of the villages in the plains of Ono. But they thought to do me mischief.
Oh, obviously.
Ah.
Duh. I sent messengers to them saying, I am doing a great work so that I can't come down. No, that's the title right there. Why should the work cease while I leave it and come down to you? They sent to me 4 times after this sort, and I answered them after the same manner. Then sent Sanballat his servant to me in like manner the 5th time with an open letter in his hand, in which was written, it is reported among the nations, and Gashmu says,
Who is Gashmu?
I don't know.
Gashmu?
And Gashmu says it, that you and the Jews think to rebel, for which cause you are building the wall, and you would be their king, according to these words.
Okay, so this is the public call out. This is the
I see.
Facebook post where he's like, you have not responded to my calling in. So now I'm going to call you out to say, this is what's actually going on. You're going to rebel.
Wait, is that a thing like in churches? Like you haven't responded
That's
to
just
my...
an internet.
That's just an internet thing.
People are terrible on the internet.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Thanks.
You have also appointed prophets to preach to you at Jerusalem, saying, there is a king in Judah, and now shall it be reported to the king according to these words.
Oh, so
we're
they're like, we're
telling
going to
Dad.
blackmail you.
Yeah.
We're telling dad.
Telling dad, meaning like, oh, the king.
Artaxerxes.
Yeah, we're gonna
Okay.
tattle on you.
Okay. Yeah.
Come now, therefore, and let us take counsel. Then I sent to him, saying, there are no such things done as you say, but you feign them out of your own heart. For they all would have made us afraid, saying, their hands shall be weakened from the work, that it not be done. But now, God, strengthen you my hands.
Yeah.
I
Is he
went-
gonna like rip something like out of the ground? He's gonna like
Ooh.
grab a giant tree and just like throw it.
I like that.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I was thinking he was going to like tear a phone book in half.
Okay,
And
I mean that's
everyone
cool
was gonna
too,
go like,
but
wow.
slightly less cool.
Like, wow, what's a phone book?
Exactly. I don't know what that is. Cool.
Oh, wow. Okay. I went to the house of Shemaiah, the son of Deliah, the son of Mehetabel, Mehetabel, who was shut up, and he said, "Let us meet together in the house of God, within the temple, and let us shut the doors of the temple, for they will come to kill you. Yes, in the night they will come to kill you." I said, "Should such a man as I flee?"
Boy, famous last words.
Yeah.
I don't fully. Look at how awesome I am.
And who is there that, being such as I, would go into the temple to save his life? I will not go in.
Whoa. Okay, this is a very Aragorn move, though.
Totally.
Yeah.
I think Viggo Mortensen was the right casting for sure.
Yeah.
I discerned, and behold, God had not sent him, but he pronounced this prophecy against me. And Tobiah and Sanballat had hired him.
I feel like we need to also cast Sanballat at least.
Sanballat?
Maybe Tobiah. Is Tobiah the person that, I mean, he's a person now that seems to be coming up in this book a lot.
Yeah, who are some good like. Okay, could one of them be Flea? Did we cast him already from the
We
Red
may
Hot Chili
have.
Peppers? Because he was one of the like thugs in Back to the Future
Oh yeah.
too. Remember?
What's his actual name?
Flea.
Just Flea? I don't think we've cast Flea.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, him, and then maybe get the other guy from Back to the Future.
Yeah.
who are-
Well, we could do Biff or someone.
Well, I was thinking
he's
like his
really old.
henchman, but yeah, you're right. Maybe Sanballat is Biff,
Yeah.
and then his henchman could be Tobias. And
There you go.
Who was the other guy? The Arabian.
Well, Tobias
They've never named
Sanballat.
him, I don't think.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So for this cause was he hired, that I should be afraid, and do so and sin, and that they might have matter for an evil report, that they might reproach me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't quite understand what they were trying to get him to do, to hide in the temple, or was that not?
What does Eugene say?
What does Eugene say? Good question.
Verse 13?
Verse 13. Let me go back to verse 12 here. I sensed that God hadn't sent this man. The so-called prophecy he spoke to me was the work of Tobiah and Sanballat.
Mm-hmm.
They had hired him. Oh, I see. So the one telling him to go into the
Yes.
temple, he was a plant. Okay.
Oh.
He had been hired to scare me off, trick me, a layman, into desecrating the temple and ruining my good reputation so they could accuse me.
I see.
Because he's not a Levite. Maybe that's the deal. Because
They're really trying to trick him. Okay.
yeah. Okay. All right. This is fun. This is a fun plot going on
Yeah,
here. I like
yeah.
it. Okay. Remember, my God, Tobiah and Sanballat, according to these their works, and also the prophets of Noadiah and the rest of the prophets that would have put me in fear. So the wall was finished in the 25th day of the month, Elul, in 52 days.
So it took them 52 days to make the wall? That's really quick.
Yeah, that's
Amazing.
quick.
It's a lot of boys doing it, I guess.
Yeah.
It happened when all our enemies heard of it, that all the nations that were about us feared, and were much cast down in their own eyes. For they perceived that this work was worked of our God. Moreover, in those days, the nobles of Judah sent many letters to Tobiah, and the letters of Tobiah came to them.
There's a lot of DMs going back and forth.
Yeah. For there were many in Judah sworn to him, because he was the son-in-law of Shechaniah, the son of Arah, and his son Jehohanan had taken the daughter of Meshullam, the son of Berechiah, as wife. A lot of gossip that no one cares
As
about.
No one knows anymore.
Yeah, everyone's like, cool. Why is this in here?
Maybe several hundred years ago, you'd be like, whoa, damn.
that was
no.
that. Oh, I remember that. Yeah. Also, they spoke of his good deeds before me and reported my words to him. Tobiah sent letters to put me in fear.
Ooh, some real bullying
So
going
they're
on.
still trying to threaten him. Yeah.
Wow. I don't think he can be threatened. He is an unthreatenable man.
It's Aragorn.
Whoa.
What are you going to do?
The next chapter is so long.
It's all right. I'll
Okay.
get through it.
Okay.
Don't you worry.
Well, you know what we should do? We're going to take a quick break
Yes.
so that we can refill our drinks to get through that chapter there. All right. First, if you're listening to this and you're enjoying the show, the best thing you can do is just tell more people about it. We would love to have more people coming and checking out this show. Also, come check out the live shows if that's interesting to you. We actually just broke 100 followers on Twitch. So that's exciting. Let's get to 200 now.
Yeah.
I love it. So yeah, thank you all for being here in the live shows. Those of you who are, it's super fun. Right now, we're broadcasting live from a hotel room in Hong Kong, which is a very different and challenging experience. But
we got this.
But we do it for you because we love you.
Yeah.
You.
Right there. That person.
And if you're able to contribute financially to the show, we have a Patreon at patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. And there, as a thank you, we have things like early releases and personal toasts on the show and Emily's drink recipes when she's not in Hong Kong and can actually make drinks. So
yeah, I'm not going to do that here, but that's fine. We'll do it when we get back.
And we're back.
Damn it, we didn't harmonize.
It's all right. It's early. It's a little early for harmonies. Okay, we're gonna send it home with Nehemiah chapter 7. Now it happened when the wall was built, and I had set up the doors.
I did it.
Oh, okay.
I love that. I love that he had to remind everyone. Now I did it. I did end up doing it. Okay?
Like the first time around that was on me. I didn't have that done.
But
just
now
to be honest.
So we're good.
And the porters and the singers and the Levites were appointed, that I gave my brother Hananiah, the governor of the castle, charge over Jerusalem. For he was a faithful man and feared God above many. I said to them, don't let the gates of Jerusalem be opened until the sun be hot. And while they stand on guard, let them shut the doors and bar you them, and appoint watches of the inhabitants of Jerusalem, everyone in his watch, and everyone to be over against his house. Now, the city was wide and large, and the people were few therein, and the houses were not built. My God put into my heart to gather together the nobles and the rulers and the people, that they might be reckoned by genealogy.
Oh, is this going to be one of those genealogy chapters?
Yes, we're about to be reckoned by genealogy is what's going to happen.
Just sail through this, Dedeker. Just
I
sail.
will. There's always that guy in the family who wants to do the genealogy reckoning.
Yeah.
I found the book of the genealogy of those who came up at the first, and found written therein, these are the children of the province who went up out of the captivity of those who had been carried away, whom Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, had carried away, and who returned to Jerusalem and to Judah, everyone to his city, who came with Zerubbabel, Jeshua, Nehemiah, Azariah, Ramiah, Nahamani, Mordecai, Bilshan, Mispereth, Bigvai, Nahum, Baana. Okay. The number of the men of the people of Israel. Here we go, folks. The children of Parash, 2,172. The children of Shephatiah, 372. The children of Erah, 652. The children of Pahath Moab, of the children of Jeshua and Joab, 2,818. The children of Elam, 1,254. The children of Zatu, 845. The children of Zakkai, 760. The children of Binnui, 648. The children of Bebai, 628.
Bye-bye.
The children of Asgad, 2,322. The children of Adonikam, 667. That sounds like a pharmaceutical. The children of Bigvai, 2,067. The children of Adit. Oh, okay. Just having a little sip here.
Would it help if we traded off? We could do like 5 each or something?
No.
You.
Emily really doesn't want to do this. I can blast through. I got it.
I'm not. I'm just saying, like, nobody ever offered me that when I was having a really rough time. So no, I think Dedeker needs to get the full experience. Okay.
The children of Aden, 655. The children of Ater of Hezekiah, 98. Gosh, really underperforming. The children of Hashum, 328. The children of Bezai, 324. The children of Hariph, 112. The children of Gibeon, 95.
I just want to say our base, his father is one of 11 kids.
Jeez.
I know, but reading this, I'm like, wow, that mom like didn't have any kids. She had like maybe 0 kids, like none at all.
Functionally, statistically, 0
Rounding
kids.
to the nearest 100, she had 0 kids.
Exactly.
The men of Bethlehem and Netophah, 188. The men of Anathoth, 128. The men of Beth Asmaveth, 42. Whew, those have been the bottom of the barrel so far.
Yeah.
The men of Kiriath, Jearim, Cheparah, and Beeroth, 743. The men of Ramah and Geba, 621. The men of Michmas, 122. The men of Bethel and Ai, 123. The men of other Nebo, 52.
Wait, it literally says other Nebo?
Did we even get a first Nebo?
What if they were like
Nebo.
other Nebo and then other Nebo?
The children of the other Elam, 1,254. The children of Harim, 320. The children of Jericho, 345. The children of Lod, Hadid, and Ono, 721. The children of Sanah, 3,930. The priests, : Okay. New heading, the priests.
Yeah, right. So there actually was a previous heading that got missed. So we first did families and then it was by place of origin. That's where you just were. That was like the other, whatever, the other.
Gotcha.
Those were in that category. And now it's, the priestly families.
The children of Jediah of the house of Jeshua, 973. The children of Immer, 1,052. The children of Pashur, 1,247. The children of Harim, 1,017. The Levites, : the children of Jeshua, of Kadmiel, of the children of Hodavah, 74. The singers, the children of Asaph, 148. The porters, the children of Shallum, the children of Ater, the children of Talmon, the children of Akub, the children of Hatita, the children of Shobai, 138. The Nethinim, the children of Ziha.
The Nethinim are the support staff.
They're the support staff.
Yes.
Boy, this goes. Okay.
Yeah.
The children of Ziha, the children of Hasupah, the children of Tabaoth, the children of Kiros, the children of Sia, the singer, the children of Padon, the children of Labana, the children of Hagaba, the children of Salmai, the children of Hanan, the children of Giddel, the children of Gahar, the children of Rhea, the children of Rezin, the children of Nekoda, the children of Gazam, the children of Uzzah, the children of Paseah. Period. The children of Besai, the children of Meunim,
You took a breath.
the children of Nehushim,
Nehushim.
the children of Bakbuk, the children of Hakupha, the children of Harhur, the children of Basilith, the children of Mahida. This is like that thing in freaking Ted Lasso where they're like, oh, you repeat a word so many times it starts to get kind of funny sounding. The children now is striking me as a really odd word. The children of Hatifa, the children of Solomon's servants.
The new heading. That's new heading, yeah.
The children of Sotai, the children of Sophereth, the children of Perida, the children of Jala, the children of Darkon, the children of Giddel, the children of Shephatiah, the children of Hatil, the children of Pokereth Hezebiam, the children of Ammon, period. All the Nethinim and the children of Solomon's servants were 392.
All those families totaled just 392.
Yeah, really disappointing.
It's not very much.
Really
Barely worth
disappointing.
mentioning, to be honest.
These were those who went up from Tel Malah, Tel Harsha, Cherub, Adon, and Immer, but they could not show their father's houses nor their seed, whether they are of Israel. They didn't have the right papers.
Yeah. Boy.
The children of Deliah, the children of Tobiah, the children of Nekoda, 642. Of the priests, the children of Hobiah, the children of Hakaz, the children of Barzillai, who took a wife of the daughters of Barzillai the Gileadite and was called after their name.
Ooh, that's interesting. So they took
some drama.
Wives of the daughters of Barzillai and were like, we're taking her name because that's a more prestigious name.
Oh, wow.
That's my guess.
These sought their register among those who were reckoned by genealogy, but it was not found. Therefore, they were deemed polluted and put from the priesthood.
Oh, no.
Damn.
Sheesh.
The governor said to them that they should not eat of the most holy things until there stood up a priest with Urim and Thummim. The whole assembly together was 42,360, besides their men servants and their maidservants, of whom there were 7,337. And they had 245 singing men and singing women.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Their horses were 736.
Great.
Their mules, 245. Their camels, 435. Their donkeys, 6,720, and their penguins, 6. Some from among the heads of fathers' houses gave to the work. The governor gave to the treasury 1,000 derricks of gold, 50 basins, and 530 priests' garments. Some of the heads of fathers' houses gave into the treasury of the work 20,000 derricks of gold and 2,200 minas of silver. That which the rest of the people gave was 20,000 derricks of gold and 2,000 minas of silver and 67 priests' garments. So the priests and the Levites and the porters and the singers and some of the people and the Nethinim and all Israel lived in their cities. When the 7th month was come, the children of Israel were in their cities. Whew.
Well
Wow.
done. Well done, Dedeker. Well done.
Well done.
Okay,
Read some
we gotta
freaking
move
Proverbs.
on. We gotta move on to Proverbs now.
Okay.
Ready, everyone? Here we go. Oh, yes, I forgot about this jaunty music.
It is time for some wisdom from the book of Proverbs, as read by Emily.
Okay, here we go. Wisdom calls aloud in the street. She utters her voice in the public squares. She calls at the head of noisy places. At the entrance of the city gates, she utters her words. How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? How long will mockers delight themselves in mockery, and fools hate knowledge? Turn at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit on you. I will make known my words to you. Because I have called, and you have refused. I have stretched out my hand, and no one has paid attention. But you have ignored all my counsel, and wanted none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your disaster. I will mock when calamity overtakes you, like a storm. When your disaster comes out like a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come on you.
When it comes out like a wrecking ball?
Yeah, definitely. Then they will call on me, but I will not answer. They will seek me diligently, but they will not find me, because they hated knowledge and didn't choose the fear of Yahweh.
I like this is that whole I've been telling you these things all along and you didn't listen and now you're in trouble and you come to me begging
There
for
you go.
help. It's that,
Yeah.
very much that.
They wanted none of my counsel. They despised all of my reproof. Therefore, they will eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own schemes. They use that word a lot here in Hong Kong, schemes.
Schemes.
Oh.
For the backsliding of the simple will kill them. The careless ease of the fools will destroy them. But whoever listens to me will dwell securely and will be at ease without fear or harm. Wow, beautiful, lovely. Okay.
Something about just Baroque cadences.
Oh, yes.
Just really.
Baroque music is lovely.
I love Baroque music in general, but something about their cadences
okay, hold on, though.
specifically just
Just
really does it
Before
for me.
we got to go
quite.
let Emily be a singing woman, what do we think was our takeaway from that psalm? What was our piece of wisdom?
I mean,
proverb.
Love God.
Love knowledge?
But God is knowledge.
Sure.
God
yeah.
is wisdom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Be smart. Just be smart.
Be smart.
Yeah.
Don't be stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what more of a lesson do you need than
From
that?
Proverbs.
I don't know. Yeah, that was basically it.
I'm actually thinking I could check real quick on my proverb reading plan. That's where I got the
Oh, yeah.
the things from. So let's see. What do they say
Oh.
for this particular one here? So this is Proverbs 1, 20 through 33. Yeah. A warning against rejecting wisdom.
There
Okay,
you
yeah.
go.
Just don't be stupid.
Perfect.
Don't be
Great.
stupid.
Yeah.
You heard it here, right here, folks.
There it is.
Don't be stupid.
The Bible says so.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to read us out. Thank you all for joining us for Bible study today. If you want to join the audience in our live stream shows, follow us on Twitch at Drunk Bible Study or go to drunkbiblestudy.com/live. If you want even more Drunk Bible Study, including early releases, cocktail recipes, personal toasts on the show, and more, become one of our patrons at patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. If you enjoy the show, take a moment to subscribe and write us a nice review on iTunes, letting other people know what you like about it. You can also join fellow listeners in the Drunk Bible Study Fans and Fellowship Facebook group or on our Discord server at discord.drunkbiblestudy.com. Find us on Twitter at Drunk Bible Cast, on Instagram at Drunk Bible Study, or send us an email to info@drunkbiblestudy.com. Drunk Bible Study is created and produced by Jason Lindgren, Dedeker Winston, and me, Emily Matlack. Our theme song is Book Club by Josh and Anand from their album Home of the. For more information, visit us at drunkbiblestudy.com.
I made a memory about your dad. He's in a book club. Whoa. He's got a history of skimming past all the pages of ageless confessional.